Okay, we're back again. I don't know what happened. I really have no idea that my stream got disconnected somehow. And yeah, that happened. Anyways, so what I was doing is I was creating the grid system. I got these grids from my GitHub into my project, and all I have to do now is to do something like this. So instead of doing like these, I can just say snap to grid and then get global mouse position, right? So that's all I have to do. Right, and now let's hope I get the grid. So now they are not spawning in a grid. Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. Okay, it should be able to spawn like in a grid kind of way. If this happens, this position is the snap to grid. Grid is 64 by 64. Okay, yeah, of course it's spawning how it should, but if the turret I have, the sprite is kind of big, so I got to make it 0.5 so that it matches the 64 by 64 thing. I'm gonna do the same with this one. Then I'm gonna do this one. Now it should spawn like it's in a grid, and that's nice. Now I can I can just listen and can place. Now I should be able to remove it. Instead of this, I actually have to do this. Right, and if position, yep. So now I should be able to place objects and remove objects. And also we are gonna do is, what we are going to do right now is we should not be able to place on objects on top of each other. So func, I'm gonna say func let's say cannot place. So I'm gonna simply say for unit, same thing, for unit in this thing get spawn units, if unit dot position equals to this, can place equals to false, else can place equals to true. So okay, so this is what it should be. Now I have to just do can place, cannot place. So I should not be able to spawn on top of each other, but I should be able to yeah, so that works. Okay, that kind of works, but I don't know, if I remove, I cannot place again. So why is that? Maybe because like when it's equal to that. Okay, so I also have to check if we can already can place. We have to do this thing here. So else that, like if we are in the position and if we press this, then do that. Basically this, that, this, this. So if I delete all, then I cannot place. So is there anything that I'm doing wrong? Like is it should be something like this. So like can place is always true, but when I cannot, yep, that's something I had to do. Okay, so finally what is working and what is not, let me show you. So we can remove buildings, and we can also cannot place on top of each other, and then there is a grid system now. There is also grid snapping. Okay, so we got this. Now we gotta do how we gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this, like move existing buildings. I mean, it's not necessary, we can always remove buildings and then place others. So I guess I'm just gonna do just that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that instead of doing stuff. Stream is 7 minutes. Okay, so we got that this thing working, and it also follows me, so that's nice. Now I gotta make them shoot me. Like if my mouse is in their range, which is by the way going to be this collision shape, it's gonna be this, right? So this is the range of the turret. So now what I'm gonna do, here is a thing called mouse entered. So right whenever the mouse enters into the area's collision shape, I mean it's not gonna be like I'm just testing, right? So it should print shoot. Okay, it prints that. And let me stop printing this first, because yep, so I shoot that, and whenever I place my mouse near it, it says shoot. So basically that's working. So I mean I don't want to do this though, so I'm just gonna disconnect it. I was just testing that if its collision is working. So this one is working, this is its range. So whenever any enemy body enters into this area, it's gonna shoot at that. I am gonna test one more thing. I'm just gonna connect this again. I'm gonna test print, like this one should be over here, not over here. So like if there is not any, like if it is not in the thing, it should be there, but there should be like a variable var can var is alarmed, let's say. So when anything enters in the mouse entered thingy, it is set to true, and when the mouse exits, but in other cases it's gonna be if the body exits, it's if is alarmed. So this is gonna happen, like it's alarmed, and like if it's alarmed, it's gonna do follow my cursor, and if it is not, it's just gonna stay there. Let me enable the collision shapes. Let's spawn one, and whenever I enter into this area, this follows my cursor, and whenever I enter, it just stops there, which kind of seems odd. So I'm just gonna do is else muzzle dot rotation equals to lerp muzzle dot rotation 0 0.2. Integer to float, of course we need a lerp f over here. So whenever it moves, it just, and whatever, one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use a wrap f function. I'm gonna say muzzle dot rotation is equal to muzzle dot rotation, let's say 360. Basically it should not exceed more than this. Like currently it's doing that, which is something I don't want. Let me print rotation. So it's this. So like as you can see, it's keep on getting more and more and more. Okay, so it cannot get more than 3, like, so rotation, let's do it in degrees, so it cannot rotate more than 360 angle. You can see it is wrapping. So at least it doesn't, like, you know, do that, like it just do it one time, so that is okay, that is not so bad. Again, you know, I can get over with it. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to remove this because I don't need it. It was just for testing. Also going to disconnect these two methods, and here what I can do, I can place these stuffs around, and they're gonna follow once they are alarmed. Like they're gonna this little thingy, the dirt thingy, is going to move towards us or towards the enemy when they are alarmed or when anything enters into this range. Let's try that. I'm gonna do is I'm going to create something. Let's say something, that something. What can be that something? Let's say in the single turret, I'm going to connect, because other enemies is going to be area, so I'm going to connect this one, and I'm going to say if area dot is in group enemies. So if they are in the groups, enemy groups, I'm going to say is alarmed equals to true. Like, right. Okay, so let's add a sprite just for the demo of how it actually gonna look like. Let's add it there. It should be an area and a collision shape. Okay, let's do that. Of course I'm gonna reparent, shit, reparent to this one, or not this one, reparent to this one, like this. Yeah, could have done just that, but of course, whatever. Let's start. So if I place it, it should move it towards it. Okay, yeah, of course we haven't given the area. So enemies, so if I place it in, it should not follow mouse but the position of that area. So how can I do that it follows the enemies? So one thing I can do, like I can get the enemies is equal to get tree dot get first node and group enemies, and I can say enemies dot position. It should be enemy because it's like it's gonna be first enemy. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, as you can see, it instantly moved towards it. That's something, I guess. But we can also do something like I don't know, maybe lerp towards the position. So what I can do is method rotation is equal to, I can say its rotation, I'm gonna set it equals to the, can I use like this? Look at, can I do this? Let's see if I can. I don't think I cannot. Okay, that's something. So I can just simply say enemy dot position. Yeah, let's see if it works. It should. Okay, can I add vector 2 to float? Okay, of course. So it needs a float, and we are passing. Okay, of course it's not gonna work. So I want the rotation to be, or I can do this. Var direction is equal to enemy dot position, or position dot direction to enemy dot position, and then I can, I mean it's also going to return a vector 2, so that's something we don't want. Yeah, I can just use this. I just have to use this. Anyways, of course they are not going to be like this. They are going to come along. So let me do just that. Let me go over to the remote tab. Okay, first of all I gotta do that. Advanced settings, we're going to clear this, enable the advanced settings window always on top, and I be able to transform, change this transform to something like 800 first, spawn one here, and then move this guy 750. I'm going to have to move it very slowly, so 650, 500, okay, 700, 500. Okay, so let's do this. 550, 560, 580. Yeah, so it doesn't follow, and it looks at like this. I'm just testing. So it works. Like it works as I expect it to work, kind of, but we'll see when the enemies are actually going to move. But that's not right now. Okay, so we got the basics of the building system. I'm not the basics entirely, the build system, except this. I think I'm gonna cancel this one because it's not necessary. It's just gonna increase the complexity of the project, and that is what I don't want. So we got the build system ready. What we can do, we can build the units. Because there's just one unit, we can build them, and then we can remove them, and then we can not place on top of them. So the way we can see that they're not spawning on top of each other is by doing this. So if I rotate, I delete, and then I get on this, it does not spawn. As you can see, it only spawns when there is not any enemy or like any unit beneath it. So the build system is working. That is nice. Build system is working, but now I have got to do one more thing, that is to be able to spawn different different units. Different units, yeah. So that is going to be possible when there are going to be like interface over here. So I'm going to build a little demo interface. Let's add a canvas layer, user interface, let's add a control, game UI, and let's add a vbox, an hbox container. This is going to be the item slot. It's gonna be down there, and I'm gonna add a button. The button size, the minimum size is going to be 64 by 64. Let's add some text. Let's say unit 1 or single turret. Right, it should have like a minimum size and also a maximum size so that it cannot exceed that. I don't know how can I set that. How can I do that it does not exceed that? I don't know, but we can set the minimum size. That is good. Let's say text behavior, text, no, center icon behavior, we don't want icon. I guess we're just gonna do this for now, and let's attach a script to the game UI. And here what we're gonna do nothing over here. All thing is going to be, we're actually going to do something. So everything, let's say this is single turret, right? And then I'm going to connect some signals, pressed 1 to the game UI with some advanced stuff like the integer, which is going to be the index. As I said, I'm going to spawn the objects or the units according to the index. So I'm going to set the index right over here as an argument, right? So I'm gonna say something different than this. On, let's say, on item selected, let's do something like this. On item selected, we're gonna create that. On item selected, okay, that's connected one more time. Let's add connect. So now it has bind 0. That means it have an argument. It is going to be the index. And here what I'm going to say is I'm going to set the index. I'm going to create a global variable, global script, global, in this script, I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna create a not an export variable. I'm gonna say index. Let's say unit index is going to be integer and it's going to be 0 by default. Let's make this an auto load. Scripts global add close. Yep. And in the game UI, I can just simply say index equals to global dot unit index. So now whatever index we get from this method or this signal, we are going to use that index over here in the build system to spawn stuff. So instead of doing this, I'm gonna say global dot unit index. So I don't need this index variable. I am going to use the index of this global script and it's going to spawn object. It should be able to spawn object right now, and you can see it's spawning that because the index is 0, and that is nice. And what we're gonna do is in the build system we're gonna set it to false, and this is not gonna actually set it to false because we are overriding that. So let's just do this for now. It's not gonna spawn, I know that. And when I press this, now it should be able to spawn. Okay, of course we gotta set this. We're gonna get this and can place unit, and here we're also going to set global dot can place unit is equal to true. Like when we select the item slot, any item from that, we want to be able to spawn the bullet, I mean the units. And when it's true, we're going to replace this one, global dot can place unit. So we're going to be doing this on here as well, and let's see if it works now. So we cannot spawn. When you click, we can spawn, and we can delete. And I'm gonna do is to make one more input that is going to be disable spawning or disable build mode. It's gonna be right click. So when input is disable build mode and we can spawn like we are spawning right now, we want to do is global dot can place equals to false. Let's see how it works. So we cannot spawn, we select one thing, we spawn, we hit right click, and now we cannot spawn. Then we have to again select it, and everything else works as expected. Like we can spawn, we hit right click, we cannot spawn, we can delete, and we can delete. Yeah, we can delete, I guess. Or we should not be able to delete when we are not in the build mode. we spawn, we hit press, and we cannot also delete. But I guess we should be able to delete, like if we are not in the build mode. Yeah, because that will be good. I mean, this we can delete. Yeah, it works. So we also did one more thing, that is be able to spawn different units, because I know that it's gonna work, because I know that as it's working with single turret. Let's also try with let's add another one. It's gonna be double turret, let's say, and I'm gonna change its binds to 1. I'm gonna connect to that same signal. Now it has binds of 1 and this has binds of 0. That means its index is 0 and its index is 1. And I'm also gonna change this to double turret so that I can know. And then inside of the, I don't have to change anything actually. I just have to place another one, like another element inside of this. So let's go ahead into this unit base. Let's scenes, not in the units, single turret, not this, human headed scene. This is going to be double turret, and it has gonna be health of, let's say, 8 because it's a bit, yeah, and then damage of 4 and fire rate of 1 as well. But it's gonna be spawning multiple bullets at a time. So how I'm gonna do that, I have no idea right now, but I am gonna do that somehow. We actually do not need this. I'm just gonna remove it. So it works, and in the able turret, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna copy this thing, paste it over here. Also going to give this, make it 0.5, and gonna do this. So x20, x minus 20, minus 40, minus 60, minus 100, and it's gonna be 100. So there you go, we got the 2 muzzle stuff. Right, we got the 2 thingy. Now we just have to figure out a way to actually spawn the bullets in the right place. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, but let's just finish this thing. So it should be able to spawn. Let's add a range of it. It's going to be same as a single bullet one, because yeah. So single turret, what's your range, boy? What is your collision shape size? Let's do 400. It's gonna be same over here. So 400. Nice. And now it should have its own script. Okay, and inside the script nothing will change. Single turret, turret unit space. So this is what it's all doing. Single turret is doing this. This should be inside of the actual base, I guess. So func, look at enemies, or enemy, look at enemy, and this thing should be here. Yeah, so let's say muzzle, and then the position, target position. So it's going to be a vector 2, and muzzle is going to be a node 2D. right? So what I'm gonna do, instead of doing this, we are going to do look at enemy this, and then muzzle and enemy dot position. Let's do this, and I guess this should be also not here. So we can also add a condition. State is a bool. So if state, right, else let's do this part. Let me see if it works. Is alarmed. Let's see if it works. I select this, and we got an error. Very nice. So it says position on base null instance. Enemy is that. It's that. Okay. Well, I guess we were good this way. We actually do not need to have this right now. So I can place more. Now I cannot place more. Why it's not giving me an error when I spawn the... Wait, is it because of the way I'm doing it? It should be global dot unit index is equal to index, right? It's that, and it should give me an error. Yep, now it works fine. Okay, so double turret is going to be inside this now. Let's select double turret, and now it should spawn a turret with double barrels. Okay, that is working. That is nice. So we got the build system all done, and that's very nice. That is very nice. We are done with the base build system. I'm gonna keep on adding stuff later on if I need, but everything right now is done regarding the build system. I'm just gonna go ahead and do some cleaning because this looks piece of... this doesn't look very good, and I'm gonna do that. Cannot place... So what if I make a function that returns true or false if I can place units or not? Yep. Yeah, now it doesn't work. Okay, so now this one is overriding that one. If we do this, Yeah. Okay, why the hell I can add objects? Yeah, so it's working. It is not working because of this. Oh, what is happening right now is if I do add one thing, it does that. I cannot add one, but I cannot even add again. So I'm gonna have to do something like, if this is not the case, let's see, something like this. Maybe it'll or not, it'll work. It should work. It is supposed to work. I don't know. Yeah, I can place just like that. Very nice. which is I which is something I don't really want. Because how can I check if I like, so if it's on the, if like it's the same position, it should not be spawning, right? So we don't need the click. First of all, we don't need the click. We can spawn, but I can just spawn one at a time. Which I do not want. If the position is same, let me see the GitHub, how I did it back then. So I just did this. So I did all of that in the spawn object. Okay, so this is how I did it. So basically everything that I'm doing here, it should be done right here. We don't have to call as separate function, and I can just say if global dot can place unit then spawn, right? So this is what I was doing before. I cannot spawn. Now I can spawn. I can spawn. No, it doesn't work. Nice. So I spawn one. Okay, now I cannot spawn. Very nice. So okay, we have to actually break this thing, and we have to also set this true at the beginning. So I cannot spawn now. Whenever I enter into the system, now I cannot spawn. I cannot still. Like, how it's not working. So this is for the spawning, like the actual spawning for body in position. What is this, bro? So this is how I was doing back then. It's just the same as I'm doing right now. So basically I am doing something what I'm doing right now. Am I doing something wrong? Am I? I think so. So here we can build, and we check if its position is equal to the current position of the mouse. I set it to false and then I break it, but I'm also setting this to true, and it's already also setting itself to this. So it's something like that, but it's kind of working, but there's just a bug that's bugging me off. So I cannot spawn. I can spawn, but right at the moment when I click on anything, because this function triggers, it's setting it to true. What if I do this? What if I do that? Okay, I can. What the? How I can spawn now? Like, it should work like this. When this function runs, it runs this, and then it enters into this, and when it breaks, what happens? So let me see. I'm gonna do a little bit of debugging. So I spawn, it enter. Okay, it didn't. What? Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so there's a breakpoint, and yeah, okay. So at this moment, it goes there. I step, it gets into that, and then it checks. What? It's instance that, and then the hell is going on? Settings, let me disable this. Okay, so it does that. It checks, it sets the can place to true, then it enters the for loop, then it goes through that, it spawns the unit, and then it goes to this, which it checks all of that again and again, and then yeah. Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's do that again. Okay, so it returns that, and then okay. So what if I tried this method, like this method, like let's say units, spawn units, so it's going to append into that units, and then I can say for unit in units, if unit at position equals to this, do this, and this is how it's being done, right? Like before in ref build, and it worked. Here it is not. This is the same way I'm doing right here, right? And it works in the thing. So actually it's kind of not the way. Or object instance, I mean I don't think this is gonna be making some difference, but whatever. Yep. So I guess you have to do this for now. I'm gonna fix this very quickly. just have to find out why it is happening. So let's do print global dot can place unit. So it's false. Now it is true. I can place now, and as soon as I click on this, it's false. What if I do this? What if I do this? Remove this break. The true, I can spawn. It's false, and it's false forever. So it's happening right here. I guess we were doing it the correct way back then, so we have to get this over to this for unit in get spawn units. This is all bullshit. We don't need that. We do not need that because it's already happening there, and it's gonna be cannot stack. True. Now it works. As you can see, it happens every frame. So now it works, but when it happens only when we click, when this function is called, it doesn't work. So I am much better doing it this way than that way. Very nice. We fixed a bug that I created on purpose. I don't know why, but yeah, we fixed it. But right now we can place on these buttons, so we gotta fix that too, and that is very simple. What we're gonna do inside is, if we enter into the item slot, if our mouse enters it, or let's say, yeah, if our mouse enters into this, I'm gonna say, you know, set this to false. Same thing. And this time to true. I'm gonna say if global dot can place unit, like if we cannot place, then if we can, then do that. Of course it's not gonna work, and it's working. Of course. So when entered, we cannot, what the hell? So I don't know if there's any way of not doing that. Like if we are pressing, or I can do a very cool thing over here. Very cool thing for sure. I can do is, in the process, I can say for button in the first bracket var buttons is equal to, get this item load dot get children. So we're gonna get all of the buttons that are under the item slot, and for button in buttons, we are gonna say, first of all, we're gonna connect the signal button dot mouse entered dot connect. I'm gonna say func on mouse entered. First of all, we're gonna pass. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be in ready. It should be in ready, because otherwise it's gonna give me some errors about signal is already connected and stuff like that, and it's gonna cry a lot. Exited and entered. Just gonna pass this inside here with also a bind of button. Same thing, but this time with the exited, and now we have a bind of the button. I don't know why I need that, but I just in case. So now I'm gonna do is create a wire mouse on GUI is equal to false. It's gonna be a bool, and mouse on GUI is equal to true, and mouse on GUI false. And in the, I guess I have to get this here, because yep, so that I can access it from anywhere, from any script. So in the build system, I am going to do is if not mouse global dot mouse on GUI, then do all of this. Let's see if it works. Let's hope for the best. So we cannot, and we also cannot do that. Yeah, let's print if mouse on GUI. Let's print that. So there are going to be two prints, so let's just do this, and so it's true. Wait, what did I print it? Okay, it's mouse on GUI, so it's true, but it's never getting false. Yep, never getting false. And why is that? Oh, of course, I'm stupid, so stupid. Now it works. Now we can do this, and we cannot spawn on the buttons or the GUI. We don't need this. Oh, there are lots of warnings. We don't need this. We actually do not need this. We do not need this bind actually. I don't know why I did that. It's just also what is there? Yep. Process. Probably there is not any process. Why? Okay. So now there are no warnings and build system is working. We got two turrets, single turrets, and a double turrets, and it does not spawn right here. Yep. So that works. So we have the build system now ready. It does all the thing. It does not spawn when clicking a button. It works now. Unless it should not. Yep. And let's see anything, if there is any bug or something. Yep. What? 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 There is a bug. I saw some cool bugs. So I spawn. See that? Why the hell can I spawn? Remote. So I can spawn single turret, then I can now it works. Yep, now it works. I don't know, I thought that there's a weird bug going on, but it wasn't anything. And boy, we got a lot of progress today. And just I remembered I never joined the jam, so let's just do that. Oh damn, 127 joined. Nice. The jam is going good. It is being published. Okay, sir. As you say. Car game level thread. Someone is making stuff. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. Let's go. Okay, bro made something. Car game. Nice. He's making a game. A car game. Very nice. Cool. Like it. It's the host, but okay. Yep. Yeah. So I joined the jam. 3 days left, and I got progress. A lot of progress, actually. Not bad. It's something. It's okay. The thing is, it's not working. The thing is, this is not working. Now I got what is not working. So this basically, this is not working. So I guess this should be here. Only the building should be inside. What the hell? This is not working. Yep. Okay, so the right click thingy is not working now. Very nice. Why is that? I wonder. Let's redo this. And we do not need anything else. So it's true. I place, I do this, and it's not getting false. Because cannot stack is being called. So if I move this all the way down, it should work, right? Technically it should work. Nope, it's not working. Okay, so why it's not working? I'm curious. I'm really curious a lot, actually. If alright, let me just do this. We have to make it work. And not couple mouse on GUI, because it was working before and now it's not. So that's not the case. It's because of this shit. So what if I do this? If this works, of course. That's weird. That's a lot weird. It keeps getting weird. What's the point, bro? Yeah. I'm gonna have to do some more research on my own code that I wrote, and I have no idea why it's not working. Fuck. So okay, yeah, anyways, this is nice progress. That is not like a really issue right now, because we are able to do stuff, and that is nice. But just that we can actually place blocks. Okay, what the hell? Okay, first of all, let me just do this. Editor settings, remote, something like that. I auto switch. Yep. Thank you. That's because yep. Switch to single turret. Double turret. I do that. I do that. And now it's false because okay. So like when we delete an object, it's set to false, and then it never gets true. So it might be because of this, not because of that, or maybe both. So I'm gonna go and give this to good old Bard and see if it can do anything better. Can you make this code better? Let's see if Bard has the programming genes. Okay, of course. Can you make this code better in GD script for go.4? Let's say what this does. Okay, it basically used ellipse, and it used input event functions. I mean, I don't like to use the event function. I don't know. Maybe that can help. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. It's much better this way. I don't know. Let's just try ellipse. A lot of ellipse. I can do this. I can spawn. can you replace? False. Yeah. It's not actually happening because of that. It's happening because of this. Because of the removing. Because when I spawn, it works fine. I can spawn, that's okay. But when I remove each and I remove the last one, now it just doesn't work. Which is kind of, yeah. But anyways, it was a nice stream, got a lot of progress done, and I am gonna complete or maybe do another stream tomorrow, maybe, I don't know. But it was a nice progress, very nice actually. Even though it's not working as I expected it, but it's a nice progress. So well, that's it. So I'm gonna meet you. Thank you for watching, if anyone did that actually. And if you watch the stream, thank you so much. Do the YouTube thingy, or don't do that, I don't know. It was not an like a fun stream, but well, it was a stream. And if you enjoyed, subscribe or whatever, do something. I'll see you in the next stream or video, maybe about this game or maybe about another one. Bye bye. And maybe see you in another one. So I'm gonna complete this game tomorrow, and then we'll see what to do. So I'm gonna go. Bye bye. See you in the next video or stream. Bye bye.
Beats by Dallas, make it hurt.